Okay, so next topic would be, which is also an important part, is like positive security policy building. We will cover entities here, entities about what is file type, what is URL, and what is parameter in detail. So first of all, what is file type, URL, and parameter? We will discuss this. Do you need definition for this file type, URL, and parameters, or you are aware of this, everyone? Just need to know. Otherwise, I will proceed further. I think we have discussed this file type, URL, and parameter when we have get. Okay, let's revise. So suppose I have this file, this get request with question mark. So can someone quickly tell me what is file type here, what is URL, and what is parameter here? So when you build a policy, you should have knowledge of the structure entities to correctly apply a positive. So you need to know about entities because this is major part. So when you assess a request, you want to see that what are the components which are getting exchanged between your client and your application. Is that file type applied? Is that URL applied? Is that parameter applied? So can quickly someone tell me like what is file type here and what is URL and parameters? Then we will see different learning technologies.
Yes, file type use your extension .txt, file.txt,
Okay,
right? And the URL, your URL here, get right, file is your directory,
URL is this one
right?
before everything.
Right, before question mark, and
Parameter.
after the question mark, that will be your parameter.
Okay, cool. So uh, now we will see how learning file types, URL, and parameters in detail. So file type examples are, it can be PHP file, it can be your GIF file, it can be your text file. So when you allow a file type, okay, suppose something by default, nothing is, everything is allowed. Okay, but now we are building positive, negative. We are not building negative. So you need to control URL length, request length, query string length. I will show you when. So we will be discussing about what are different properties when we create something. So basically, when you go here, security, application security, you will see file types, URLs, and parameters. By default, can you see the properties? This was I was discussing. By default, it's a wildcard. Wildcard means it will learn every entity. Any new entity comes like PHP file, it will learn. ASP file, it will learn. GIF file, it will learn. Text file, it will learn through your application. But there would be case when there would be 10 days, 20 days, you want to strict your policy. So what I will do is I will remove this wildcard and I will only allow explicit entities. So that is called positive security policy building, where you want to only allow those file types and others I want to be rejected, because wildcard will allow all file types of any length, any query string, any data length. So what does this URL length, request length, query string length, and post data length means? We will discuss. So URL length would be the length. By definition, you can see it's the length of largest URL among all the requests which the system received for the file type. Request length is also the length of the largest request among all the requests the system received for the file type. And query string length would be, so query string is like anything you are querying it. Like I want to select show this camera equal to this. So largest query string. So query strings, if you heard about query string, I think everyone is aware. Like query string is like when I go to flipkart.com. Okay. I am saying that man, I want t-shirts. So this is the query string. Like menu equal to man t-shirts. So it's all about your query string. Anything which is coming under about your question marks are the type of query string. So what it's saying that if I enter this A, B, C, D, E, F, I want to protect it, right? Because hacker can buffer flow your request. It can enter multiple length of request in query string, but you want to protect it. So I want to define that any query string greater than 50, suppose I define here. Okay, I go here. I will select here like any length which is greater than 4096, it should give me a blockage page. If it does not complies with your URL properties, file properties, and parameter properties, it should throw me a alert. So that is what is called attributes. So that's why positive security building means you can deny. So what does positive security model means? So positive here, what we are doing is in positive security building, we are saying that you can deny request for a resource which is exceeding particular value. Okay, maybe it can be buffer flow attack or it can be your largest query string length or it can be your file type length. So there are three things here. One is explicit entities, one is wildcard entities. So what is the difference between explicit and wildcard? Wildcard entities are the file type which is indicated by star, which will allow everything and there is no restriction on file type attributes. What are attributes are this? These four are the attributes. URL length, request length, query string length, and post data length. Now, if you see here, you can select explicit. So what does explicit entity means? Explicit entities are those file types that are not wildcard expressions, which is not part of wildcard, such as .gif and .php. So this is the difference between explicit and wildcard. So same is the case with your URL or parameters when you go to security, application security parameters. So by default, if you see this is star, so it has different properties like what should be data type. By default, its parameter value as user input. But I have some parameters which I only want to select as a static. If someone enters other than this value, it should throw me an alert. So what are parameters? Parameters, you already know the parameters are anything comes without question mark, maybe username, password, name, or your roll number, your designation. All things are your parameters. So parameters are nothing but are name value pairs. So parameters are entities which are part of name equal to value pairs, like order ID equal to 10. So here parameter is order ID. So when you define parameters manually, explicitly, you are hardening your policy, because if anything tempered with the parameter, it will give me alert for parameter tampering. So parameter attributes are which we were discussing about. It can be a static input value. Okay, let's say that if it's a user input value, what should be the maximum length for user input value? What is the data type? Whether if I submit decimal here, then suppose I will show you in details, like if I defined it as a decimal. Okay, let me create one of this. Let me create one of the parameter like explicit password. Okay, parameter value, let's keep it as a user input, but in data type I'm doing it as a decimal. Let's do it. Okay, so what does it means? Okay, so security, application security, learning and blocking settings. So what I will do is here I need to see, like it should be illegal learn alarm block illegal parameter data type, because what I selected was I selected only decimal values, and I will you need to play with here also. If someone enters other than decimal value, it should throw me an violation. So I will select here save. So what I did was I'm enforcing one of the parameters as password. So if and I selected as a decimal. If someone's enter anything other than decimal in password field, it should throw me a violation. Let's see if we will get it or not. I will go back. In password field, what I will do is I will select A, B, C, D, and I will select go. Let's see what will happen. Do I getting any alerts? It's old. We select all request. Can you see this? It's giving me now illegal parameter data type. That expected data type was decimal, but you are entering A, B, C, D. Okay, now we will see why it's not getting blocked, because my policy was in blocking mode, but why it's not getting blocked. Can someone tell me why my policy is already in blocking mode? Okay, let me show you. My policy is in blocking mode and I created a violation. I'm getting a violation, but it's not getting blocked. Can you someone tell me why? My policy is in blocking mode and I have manually created security application security parameter password as this decimal, but it's still not blocking.
because that parameter list was in staging.
Awesome. Good. So can you see this? Parameter is in staging mode. So I need to remove it. Did everyone got it? You need to enforce that also. Other than that, let's see in learning and blocking mode, other things are in blocking mode. So we have selected everything. Block is there. Okay. Now let's see if it get blocks. I'm entering A, B, C, D, E, F. Now it's blocked. So that's how you play with your policies and fine tuning it. We troubleshooted it and we found that our parameter was explicit and we defined the attribute, but still it was not in blocking. Why? Because it was in staging mode, that explicit entity. Now let me see. I got the support ID. So you can see here request stated is in blocked. Why? Because it was expecting data type as decimal. So if you see there are different modes, so that's how you can define it. That is what is called positive security model. By default everything was allowed, but I go to parameters now. I created explicit password and I selected everything. Everyone got it? Any confusion on this?
No.
Okay, now we will come into wildcard entities. Like when you are accessing and you are enforcing a security policy model, what it will search first, what it will search second. So positive security policy model, when you enforce your policy, how data is proceed. So first it will search for exact match. If it does not matches the exact explicit match, so a search for exact match means you have created explicit entity for it, like any attribute like password we have searched. If it does not find explicit, it will search for wildcard parameter. So this is how your traffic flows. So there is where because ordering is very important because it allows you to increase granularity on your definition. So everyone will ask this question, like suppose if I have two URLs, one is wildcard URL and one is explicit. Okay, like login.php. So by default, I do not have in a URL. Let me show you. This is very important. You need to understand this ordering. So right now, if you see, right now it has only wildcard entities, which means everything is allowed. Okay, nothing is explicitly. So that when someone access this page, it will come as a part of your wildcard. So wildcard entities can be different. So wildcard entity star means it will match all characters. Then there is a question mark wildcard, which will match any single character. So these are important when you do ordering. Then there is So in that case, login, because I do not have login.php as an explicit entity, so what I will do, it's a part of star, it will accept it. But suppose if I create login.php explicitly, okay, what I will do is I will create here I will do login dot, okay, and I will select it. So now in that case, now someone access login.php, first it will see this property, okay. It will see whether it sets URL properties. So you can select other things. This will come in picture later on. But first it will match this flow. If it does not find in this flow, then it will go to explicitly. So that's how URL is defined, or parameters or file type. So learning URLs can be explicit or wildcard. If you want to detect, like I want to go to security URL, I will remove this. Okay, let's remove wildcard. If I remove wildcard and I allow only login.php, can someone tell me, will it allow cell.php URL if I remove wildcard?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes, it should.
So you're saying that when I remove the star and only explicitly define login.php
Oh
and
no, then no, 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 no.
okay,
Then when you apply, then it should not allow,
thank you.
because yeah, allowed URL is not. Yeah.
So everyone got it? This how we explicitly created, because anyways after 10 days 15 days you need to strict your policy, so there where comes the explicit entity learning scheme. So when you go here you will get an doubt. So when you go here file type, okay, when you go to learning and blocking settings, you must have a question like why how ASM learns this all things, right? You must having a question when I select rapid deployment how it learns. So here can you see this learn new file types? This now we will discuss this how ASM learn explicit entities based on your traffic learning. So if you go to file type URL, it's giving me these three options and parameters. So rest right now you can see the learning scheme never never never. So what does it means? So now we will be discussing about learning schemes. How explicit entities learning scheme provides you three tools to instruct ASM what to learn and how to learn it. So three modes are add all entities, never wildcard only. Third one is selective learning. So first one we will discuss about add all entities. So add all entities means entities don't get confused with entities. What are entities? Entities are file type, URL, parameters, and cookie. So these are entities. So what that suppose I select in my file type. Okay, when I go to file type, I will select it as add all entities. What it will do is it will create an explicit objects for all file types URLs. So my application owners comes to me, will come to me, and it want to add all entities rather than particular. So in that case, add all entities will add everything which it learn. Anything which is learned like p.php, .exe, anything dot abc. Any file type which comes, it will learn it. I will show you it now. So add all entities means it will learn all new file types. So let's come into know how we can do it. Like if I change add all entities, it's happening. Let's do that. I'm changing what I did was I changed my learning file types at add all entities and I will save it and apply it. Once I do a lab, you will get it. Let's say I will generate some traffic now. So right now when I go to file type, I'm just removing this. I will just default my policies. So right now it's star, okay? Now I will also removing passwords. Now let me do some traffic learning. I will access this website. What I selected was add all entities. Let's select sell an item. Because it is PHP, you will not get much here. Dot help. Other files are not there. Let me generate some traffic. I'm just generating some traffic. Okay. I've generated few traffic now. Let's see. Security application, security policy, traffic learning. Let's see what we get. So can you see this? When I go there, security application, security, traffic learning, it's giving me all things. Illegal, because I selected add all entities. Whenever there is a request for JPG, I generated or PHP or GIF, it's giving me in learn checkbox because I selected. Let me show you. When I go to learning and blocking settings, what I did was add all entities. So it's giving me all the learning suggestion. Now it's up to me because learning suggestion it will not accept here. It's up to me. Now I need to ask whether it's a legal file type or not. So that's how there is a request and learn checkbox is already selected. So that's why it's displaying it. So these three file types have been detected in the traffic and it can be learned on your machine, your ASM machine. What I did was I created a security policy. Okay, then I applied it. What I did was I go to security, application security, policy building and learning and blocking settings. What I did was I ensured that add all entities is selected for my file type. This screen will allow all explicit file types whenever ASM detects in the traffic. Same is the case with URLs and parameters. Let's say that if I do URLs as add all entities, I will do parameters at add all entities and I will save it. Okay, I will create my learning traffic. Now let's access some traffic. I'm generating some traffic home. Just generating some traffic so that ISM can capture file type, URL, and parameter. Okay, now let's see that what are the traffic we are getting. So can you see this? Previously, it was not learning URL because I did not select it add all entities. Now we are getting file types, URLs, and parameters. Guys, any issues so far? Did you got it? When I select add all entities, it's giving me all the entities when it learns. Whenever it's detect any new traffic, new file type, new URL, new parameter, it's giving me in learning scheme. Right now, why it's not accepting it automatically? Because we have a rapid deployment, and if you see there is a learning score of 5%, which means it's accepting few more traffic. Okay, so this is
Yeah, Karan, so it, learning score is 5%. So as soon as it will reach at the 100%. So at the reaching of the 100%, do we need to be add it in the means
right.
expected traffic,
Actually,
or
in
it will be automatically added?
no, in suppose if your policy is in automatic, then it will accept. But in rapid deployment, that's an advantage. Even if score reaches 100%, it will not accept. You will need to manually accept it. In automatically, it will accept. When your policy you create in automatic mode, it will accept when score reaches 100%. But in rapid deployment, it will not accept. But 100%, when learning score is 100%, you will see it can be trusted, or you need to reach out to your application team, because sometimes better learning score is good than less learning score, because if
Right.
so, that's why you need to manually accept it.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, learning suggestion is telling you that either you need to change your entity value, it will accept like action, you need to see what is the action. So in automatically, basically it will generate a traffic, it will understand, and it will, once learning score reaches 100%, it will accept it. But in manual mode, there are steps to build. You will, once learning score even reaches 100%, you need to accept manually because you have select learning mode as annual. Let me show you. When you go to learning and blocking settings, you selected learning mode as manual. That's why it's not accepting it, even if score reaches 100%. If you select here learning mode as automatic, then it can learn. Did you got it?
Yeah.
So basic idea of positive security bold. So basic steps for security, building positive security model is, first I will generate traffic, understand violations, accepting or rejecting learning suggestions, and finally enforcing. So that's how positive security model works. So let's say an example. You have created a security policy, okay, for your new application and assigned to virtual server. Client makes some HTTP request. Okay, so client is making some HTTP request for file type, URL, and parameters during normal interaction of web application. So some may match to attack signatures, some may match to illegal file type. So you will get all the things on your learning and blocking. So you need to see whether this, so suppose if you define illegal file types, illegal URL length, it will learn accordingly. So right now what I did was I selected manually here as learn new file types that add all entities. So you can see in traffic learning, you were able to see all the suggestions. So that's how it works. You can build your policy. You can manually create explicit entities. Once your policy is settled, you can delete wildcard. So that's how it flows. So basically, what I told was we discussed. So here, new concept has been introduced where we discussed like policy, even in policy is in blocking mode. Even if attack signatures are in enforce mode. But if your particular entity is not in enforce mode, particular explicit entity, you should say, is not in enforce mode, then even if violation has been generated, it will not block. So this is the thumb rule you need to present. You need to see. So here you can see it here also you can see. You can go to security, enforcement readiness. So it will give you different summaries like your file type right now is not enforced, but it has a suggestion. You can click it. So you enforcement readiness summary screen will tell you that how many file types, URLs, parameters, cookies are in are have suggestions. So you can go here quickly and see this. Like there are some suggestions related to HTTP URLs. It will give you that how many URLs that are not enforced. Not enforced means they are still in staging. So this will display on data.